Tonight at 5, a recent stretch of bad weather forces the Red Cross to cancel holiday blood drives across the state, but demand continues to rise. How you can help.
Plus, Wisconsin is in for a warm-up this week, but it's a very different story for communities in other states. Why some eastern cities are actually under a driving ban.
And officials say Russian President Vladimir Putin is ready to sit down for peace talks despite ramping up attacks in Ukraine. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. It has been a rough week of weather for communities all across the U.S. And while temperatures are beginning to warm up a bit here in Wisconsin, other parts of the country aren't so lucky.
In New York, Buffalo, and other cities are under a driving ban. Officials say that area could get another 8 to 12 inches of snow by tomorrow afternoon, on top of the 3.5 feet that fell over the weekend. Almost 50 people have died in western New York because of the snow and cold across the country, and hundreds of thousands experienced power outages at some point over the weekend.
Burst water pipes brought a wet Christmas to communities in the state of Georgia and led to a boil water advisory in parts of Mississippi. And as of this morning, more than 9,000 flights have been either canceled or delayed.
The bad weather is also impacting the blood supply. The American Red Cross is asking you to shake up your holiday plans if you can and consider donating.
Holiday travel and severe weather left the Red Cross in need of all types of blood. And as our Andrew Banstra found out, it may just be the difference between life and death. Andrew?
Last week's winter storm cost the Red Cross nearly 1,000 blood donations, but the need for those donations doesn't take a holiday break. They need your help to give the gift of life to our community.
You know, trauma patients, new parents in need of life-saving transfusions, that doesn't take a holiday break.
That's why the American Red Cross is asking for blood donors. The holiday season combined with last week's severe weather has put them behind the 8 ball.
We canceled 2 of our larger blood drives in the state, the one here in Madison, and there was one in Green Bay. And then we also closed all of our blood donor centers. And so we have about around 900 uncollected units of blood.
Between hundreds of canceled donations and trauma caused by the severe weather, winter storms create a severe need.
That's why it's important that if folks, if you're eligible, if you're healthy, you feel good, you're able to, make an appointment and donate blood. We're looking for all types of blood.
This month, when you donate, you'll also get a free Red Cross long sleeve t-shirt, the Christmas present you didn't know you needed. Not to mention the lives you'll save.
One donation can save up to 3 lives. And so that's why it's so important to give back. And as I said, the need for blood is constant. It doesn't take a holiday.
Making an appointment is as easy as the click of a button. And even if you can't make it this week, there are a bounty of options.
In the Madison area, we've got our east and west side donation centers. We also have some big drives, even going on this week in the Madison area, from Middleton to Monona. So there's a lot of opportunities to make an appointment and give that precious gift of life back to folks.
Donating blood only takes about 45 minutes. To make an appointment and to find a list of blood drives being held over the next week, head to this story on channel3000.com.
Andrew, thank you. And temperatures will be warming up later this week. Julian Seawright joins us now from the weather patio with the details. Not too bad. It's getting a little better out on that patio, Julian.
That's right. I don't have to have as many layers as I did last week, which is a good thing. We're slowly improving, but it still feels pretty cold out here. For some areas, even still bitterly cold. Now, taking a look at our wind chills as of right now, it's great that we're not dealing with breezy conditions or even those gusts that we had from the weekend, but it's still rather cold. The surface temperatures are in the teens. We are still looking at single digits of what it feels like for many areas. 3 degrees is what it feels like for Janesville, 13 for us in Madison, and about 12 for Platteville. Now, as we take a look over towards what we're seeing outside right now, not picking up much on our sky cam, but looking ahead, we're seeing temperatures will be dropping once again into the single digits overnight, and we'll be seeing close to 0 as our low for us here in Madison. Many areas will be into the single digits, so we're expecting another cold one for us. But don't worry, folks. We're going to be looking at a slow but surely warm-up heading into the back end of the week. We did have some snow that had accumulated for overnight. It was mainly a dusting. Some areas did see close to about an inch, but overall it wasn't much in terms of measurable snow for us over the last 24 hours that we had seen. Now, we'll talk more about when we're going to experience that warm-up and potentially some more showers that could come in later into the week. week in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Lake Mendota, Madison's largest lake, has officially frozen over. It's all thanks in large part to that recent stretch of sub-freezing temperatures Julian was talking about. To meet the Wisconsin State Climatology Office's criteria, the ice must hold for 24 hours. This year's freezing date comes about 5 days after the lake's median freeze date, but about 2 weeks earlier than last year. The Clean Lakes Alliance says people will now get a few days to enjoy the frozen lake.
People go ice skating, pond hockey, you can fly kites on the open lake, snowshoe, just a really wonderful place. And I mean, all that vast land, or well, water turned into ice that's now land, to get out there and enjoy it.
Despite the frozen surface, the Clean Lakes Alliance says venturing out onto the ice always comes with risks, especially later this week when temperatures are expected to be in the mid-40s.
Well, the worst of this holiday weekend's winter weather is over with. Most roads now are safe for driving, but for Dane County's homeless community, winter safety concerns are still there.
Our Tahalil Moeddin reached out to county leaders to find out more and joins us now to share what accommodations are being made. Tahalil?
That's right. People have been lining up outside the men's shelter on Madison's east side at least an hour before it opens. And with the recent cold, staff have been letting them in early, though they haven't officially extended their hours. Right now, shelters across Dane County are implementing extreme weather protocol. That means they won't turn anyone away due to capacity limits or shelter limit stays, unless they were suspended for violence or threatening behavior. Shelter manager Ferris says what made the weekend easier to manage was planning ahead with other homeless population service providers in Dane County.
Make sure that we could be of best service to these people in need. And I think having the community and also the organizations working for our guests and clients was extremely powerful.
To help accommodate the potential increase in traffic at the shelter, staff laid out additional cots, though many of them were unused during the holiday weekend. Madison Metro also provided transportation between nighttime shelters and daytime services during the worst of the storm and cold snap. Extreme weather protocol at Madison area shelters will remain in effect until tomorrow.
Tahalil, thank you. Lifting its zero COVID measures may have eased some pressure on Chinese citizens who were living in lockdown, but now the country is buckling under a massive surge of the virus. Patients are flooding into emergency departments. In Beijing, one hospital has reached capacity, 530 patients. Busy staffers are trying to keep up with the most recent wave.
The ER filled up with people. A lot of them got admitted to the hospital. They're not getting better in a day or two, so there's no flow.
Thousands of fever clinics have popped up to keep mild infections away from busy hospitals. Pharmaceutical companies are also increasing production of anti-fever and cough medication. Health officials are concerned not enough people have had a second or third vaccine shot and that more variants could emerge from this outbreak.
For the first time in months, Russian President Vladimir Putin says Moscow is ready for talks to end the war in Ukraine. But despite that, Skylar Henry tells us Russia continues to ramp up its attacks.
Pope Francis, noting the Ukrainian flags with the crowd in St. Peter's Square Monday, once again asked for peace in the war-torn country. This year, many Ukrainians celebrated Christmas Sunday, December 25th, though they're used to celebrating January 7th, Christmas Day for the Russian Orthodox Church. Monday, Russia said it struck down a Ukrainian drone approaching an airbase deep inside Russian territory. Moscow claims 3 military people died from falling debris. And while Russian attacks on Ukraine continue, President Vladimir Putin said in a state television interview he's ready for talks to end the 10-month-long war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky told U.S. lawmakers last week that there can be no compromise as long as Russia occupies any part of Ukraine. Congress responded with an additional $45 billion in aid for Ukraine. The U.S. is also sending Ukraine a Patriot missile air defense system to help in the ongoing fight against Russia and as a symbol of ongoing support. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
President Zelensky delivered a Christmas address and asked all Ukrainians to give thanks for those who are fighting to keep their country free.
Big construction projects are notorious for delays and running over budget, but one company has a high-tech solution to get everything back on track. Construction is estimated to be a $10 trillion industry worldwide, with about $1.6 trillion wasted every year by productivity problems. Tech firm BuildDots says its A1 system catches mistakes before they become a costly problem.
This tool is about giving them the information to make the right decisions. How can you plan next week without knowing exactly where you are?
Right now, BuildDots is being used on construction projects across the U.S., but leaders hope to expand to other countries within the year.
New at 5, a new Miss Wisconsin has been crowned. Kylene Spanbauer is taking over the role from Grace Stanke, who was recently crowned Miss America. The 23-year-old was named first runner-up at the Miss Wisconsin competition in June. Spanbauer is a Fond du Lac native who was previously Miss Harbor Cities and Miss Wisconsin's Outstanding Teen of 2016. Her No Means No initiative works to raise awareness of sexual assault and prevent sexual violence.
Stock markets are closed for the holidays still, but Julian has the latest forecast. That's next at 5.
Plus, several states are still dealing with snow and extreme cold. We'll take a closer look at that after the break. And later, a young girl gives back to children in a Milwaukee hospital. We'll see how organizers pulled off this massive toy drive. That's coming up tonight at 6.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Now through December 30th. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you do 11 and a half months ago. All with no commitment, cancel anytime. Get tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. It's not too late. This can still be your year. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
Prices slashed further at Denny's Jewelers Retirement Sale. Now save up to 65% off store-wide. All must go. All bridal jewelry, all colored stone rings, all silver jewelry, all pearls, all diamond bracelets and pendants. Absolutely every finished piece is up to 65% off. Pete, Denny, and family are saying thank you, Middleton, for 40 years of support. Join them for their retirement celebration. Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelers Retirement Sale is in progress. Prices slashed further. Now save up to 65% off. All must go. 1903 Coyote Street, Middleton.
Get all of your projects done with help from Menards. Mastercraft Interior Doors offer the best quality for the best prices. With our wide range of styles and options, you'll be sure to find something to fit your taste. Choose from our in-stock doors or design your door your way with our door designer. Mastercraft has the fastest delivery, so you get your door in approximately 7 days. Save big on Mastercraft doors at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. InventHelp has helped over 10,000 inventors get patents. You can meet with an InventHelp representative who'll keep your idea confidential and explain their invention process step by step. And InventHelp's databank includes over 9,000 companies who have agreed to review new ideas. Take action and get the help you need from InventHelp.
800-550-5543.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
At least 47 people have died across the country due to the recent winter weather, leaving many cities buried under feet of snow. Ivan Rodriguez reports on the latest from some of the hardest hit areas.
We tried to keep it together for as long as possible because we didn't want to frighten the kids.
As a deadly winter storm tore through the country, this Buffalo family of 6 was stranded in their car while trying to find a hotel after their home lost power.
It was like looking at a white piece of construction paper. You couldn't see anything at all.
In the middle of the storm and feeling helpless, they were rescued by firefighters.
Demetrius was pretty shaken up, but he said, just please don't leave us. I just told him, I said, I'll never leave you.
In Erie County, New York, one of the hardest hit areas, many streets remain impassable because of heavy snow. At the height of the storm, Erie County Executive Mark Polenkars says even some first responders had to be rescued.
We're used to snow here. We can handle snow, but with the wind, the blinding views, it was complete whiteouts.
Some major cities in the Southeast, Midwest, and East Coast recorded their coldest Christmas in decades. Tens of thousands remain without power, largely in New York, Maine, and Washington State. And more than 12,000 flights were canceled across the long holiday weekend.
I'm dying to get to my house and to my bed. Yes, this is terrible.
As much of the country recovers, this family remains grateful for the firefighters who saved their lives and gave them food, shelter, and even presents on Christmas.
They treated us with nothing but love and welcomed us with open arms. We felt like family there.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
A Good Samaritan says his day was made when he simply saved an Iowa couple stranded along the side of the road. Storm chaser Clarence Smith and a passing worker for an energy company found the two stranded in a ditch on Highway 69. This was near Jewell, Iowa, Friday morning. The couple in their 70s, they were on their way to a doctor's appointment in Ames when the wind and snow took them off the road.
They were glad that we were both there, and the shock of it I think was still wearing off a little bit for them to sort of wrap their head around it all.
Very fortunate they came by. Smith drove the couple to a nearby gas station where sheriff's deputies took them to safety from there. The weather was similar there to what we saw here. Snowy and cold in the cities like Des Moines. But when you got outside the city and rural areas, whiteout conditions made driving nearly impossible. Well, let's get a look now at our certified most accurate weather. Julian Seawright joins us now with his complete forecast. Julian?
Well, the good news is that we have some better sea weather on the way. And that's because we're going to see temperatures that will be well above seasonable as we get into the first week of the new year. But with those warming temperatures, any snow that we have is pretty much going to be melted. We're looking at well above seasonable, around 40 to even middle 40s in terms of temperatures by the time we get into this weekend. But here's our 3 things we'll need to know for our weather headlines. It's going to be bitterly cold once again for tonight, but the mild trend is going to start to begin once we get into our Wednesday and throughout the rest of the week and heading into New Year's Day. Shower chances are going to be in unison with the warmer trend as we get into the new year. So you might want to have some rain gear nearby, but this is what we're going to be experiencing for the rest of this evening and heading into our Tuesday. Lots of quiet weather as a high pressure system is going to keep things dry and quiet for the upper Midwest, but it is going to be cold throughout the rest of tonight. Temperatures are going to be near 0 degrees for us here in Madison, single digits on the surface for all of us here in southern Wisconsin. Wind chill values could be bringing our range from 0 to about 10 degrees below for what it'll feel like. Now tomorrow we are going to see once again another improvement. Our high for today was 17 degrees. We're going to still be into the below freezing, but at least it's going to be about 24 degrees as our high for us in Madison. Many of us will be into middle to lower 20s as we get into our Tuesday afternoon. So let's go ahead and walk through what we're going to be experiencing for tonight. Some clouds are going to be back and forth throughout the rest of the overnight hours, transitioning into Tuesday morning. It's going to be rather cold once you're heading out the door. 5 degrees is what we're going to see here in Madison. Winds will start to pick up once we get into our lunchtime. We're going to have some open sky, but the cloud cover in itself is going to once again resurge itself once we get into our 5 o'clock hour. As we're still dealing with some breezy conditions coming in from the south, temperatures themselves will warm as we head into our Tuesday evening and be steady into the 20s, transitioning into the overnight. So once we get into our Wednesday morning, we're already going to be into the upper 20s, some areas even into the lower 30s, but we're also going to be dealing with some gusty conditions around the time as well. So we're staying dry, but we are going to be windy. The wind is going to be really the big story for us throughout the next couple of days, as it's going to continue to bring in some more milder temperatures for us as we continue that trend of getting back into temperatures that are around 30 degrees or even the 40s heading into the back end of this week. Now, planning out our holiday plans as we are going to ring in the new year, just be mindful we are watching for developments of potential showers that could roll in by the time we get into our Friday and or for our Saturday, and especially going into New Year's Day in itself. So make sure that you have your rain gear nearby. And yes, we're talking about rain gear even going into the first day of January and for us in December. Not looking for a whole lot of snow in this forecast, but the temperatures themselves are going to be back in the 40s once we get into this weekend. A little bit of a back and forth, but overall things are still going to be rather mild heading into the weekend. And a quick look at our traffic as of right now on Verona Road in Raymond. Rather smooth, not a whole lot of issues on the belt line either. So that's going to do it for our weather and our traffic. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. If you hit the stores today for some post-holiday shopping, you were not alone. A National Retail Federation survey found 70% of us plan to shop today. The top reason to take advantage of after-holiday sales. Other shoppers say they're using up gift cards, and 18% said they're venturing out to return gifts. We caught up with one shopper at Hilldale who told us what she was shopping for.
We're just out looking, seeing where the best deals are. Checked out Lovesac, looking for a new couch.
Preliminary figures show online sales grew over 10.5% this year. Black Friday was the top day for shopping, with sales up more than 12%. And consumers also dined out more, with in-person dining at restaurants up over 15%.
Well, after a year of historic inflation, rising interest rates, growing recession fears, financial experts say now is the perfect time to reflect on your spending and also plan for the future. One big thing they say to keep in mind if you make big purchases in the new year is rising interest rates. You'll need to really have a plan if you need to borrow money for a big purchase. Figure out what you can scale back on so that you're not overwhelmed with debt.
We see the feds raising the rates on interest. And so things like credit card debt, personal loans, anything that has a variable interest rate is going to cost you more.
Well, experts say it's important to reflect on your budgeting in 2022 to see what worked and what didn't. And more than ever, they say it's important to tackle lingering debt. Battling the winter blues, what doctors say you can do about seasonal affective disorder. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under-eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this new year and see that younger-looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Welcome back. The holidays, of course, can be the most wonderful time of the year, but for some, the winter season also has a negative effect.
Seasonal affective disorder impacts millions of Americans, leading to symptoms of depression. Bradley Blackburn has more on what doctors say you can do about it.
Every morning in the fall and winter, McGann Feldman starts the day with a cup of coffee and one very bright light.
I just have it kind of at the side while I'm having my breakfast, reading the paper.
Feldman says she first experienced symptoms of depression more than 30 years ago, serious enough to require hospitalization. Her doctors later realized some of her symptoms were connected to the changing seasons.
It was a surprise. I'd never heard of seasonal affective disorder.
Our bodies, really depend upon light from the sun or sunlight to regulate our circadian rhythms.
Dr. Dorothy Sitt is a psychiatrist with Northwestern University. She studies how light therapy can help treat seasonal affective disorder and other forms of depression.
More recent studies have shown that it can be very helpful for treating non-seasonal major depression. It can be used on its own or in combination with some antidepressant medicine.
According to a recent American Psychiatric Association poll, nearly 40% of Americans say their mood declines in winter, and a quarter report feeling depressed. Patients with seasonal affective disorder can feel fatigued or less motivated, and they may not be able to enjoy their normal activities.
That treatment makes a big difference for you.
It's fair to say it's almost life or death to me because I know where I have been without it in the winter.
In addition to light therapy, Feldman takes antidepressants with higher doses from October through May.
There are tools out there that can help people be happy, lead a normal life, and not feel alone.
She wants others to know the winter blues are real, but help is out there. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And doctors say light therapy can help people feel improvements within 2 to 3 days of regular use, and a full response can be seen within 3 weeks.
Well, we're back with a final check of your first warn forecast after a short break.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Join a clean and spacious Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm gonna gag or I'm gonna go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like, you gotta leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just gotta rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth. With power swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the power swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering power swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Join a clean and spacious Planet Fitness today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. Western New York pummeled by foot after foot of snow in what New York's governor is calling the blizzard of the century. The latest on the winter weather responsible for more than 50 deaths nationwide. Plus, a shortage of pediatric cold medicine at the pharmacy is leaving parents scrambling for answers, what you need to know. And we'll introduce you to a group of college students who are getting in the habit of making new friends. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Julian's back. Final check of the forecast. Some warming on the horizon.
That's right. And with those warming temperatures, folks, those who love ice fishing or the snow that we have, well, it's not going to be lasting too much longer, at least once we get into the back end of the week. We're looking at bitterly cold for tonight, but that cold won't last much longer. As we get into Wednesday, more mild temperatures are going to lead the way once we get into the new year. But with that warm temperatures, we are looking at some shower chances, so you're going to actually need some rain gear as we start to ring in the new year. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast. A nice climb into the 40s as we get into Thursday and Friday, and we'll start to knock a couple of degrees down heading into the weekend. But outside of that, we do have opportunities for it to stay rather active, but temperatures themselves are going to be rather pleasant for this time of year. But for snow lovers, it's not going to be the best.
Almost 50 degrees on Thursday?
Yeah, very close.
Wow.
It'll be nice to be able to at least walk outside again. I know a lot of people like the winter weather to stick around.
Not this one.
I don't like when you can't feel your face after 3 minutes outside. All right, we're back in 30 minutes with more updates on News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is next.